cases to serial killers, missing persons, and more.
100% he did this.
I'd go off into fantasy world.
How much more lucky can you get that you're not on death row?
You want to know what we know.
My name is Jay. This is Guilty of Crime.
Hello, everybody. What's up? What's up, a crime? Remember, everything's all good. It wasn't time to start yet, and I started a little early. How's everybody doing today? All right, so we've got Madeline Soto. This is our case. This is probably our case of the decade, folks. I'm really glad that I started off being a new YouTuber and getting this case, handed over to me, working with the family and getting justice for Maddie. So hello, JPL, Callie, Crystal Burns, Lynn Wade, Malibu Surfer, Dee Dee, Randy, live now for 81. What's up, y'all? I came in early because you know what? I want to thank Grizzly True Crime for the audio. Maybe at some point when I'm making some kind of money for the channel, I'll be able to pay for audio. That takes months. Audio sounds funny, huh? I don't know why. Does anyone else think the audio sounds funny, y'all? All right, so this case is very sad, but when I was listening to it today with Grizzly, number one, thank you, Grizzly, for providing this, taking 4 months to get it. And then I saw Deception Detective on there. This is Jay's case. This is my case. This is my baby. I will see this through. I hope you're not having difficulties hearing, folks. I don't know what sounds different. Well, I don't want to mess with it right now. Lots of red flags. But what I want to talk about first, I want to play this first video. Sounds off a bit, huh? I just restarted my computer. If somebody could tell, audio is good. Some people say it's good. I don't know. I don't want to mess up my stream. Let's see. I got Carly messaging me. What is she saying? She's gonna be okay. Thank you so much, Wave Shredder, Malibu Surfer, for the $2 super sticker. All right. Sounds like I'm in a box. Interesting. Let me press this. Tell me if you. I don't want to sound like I'm in a box. I pressed a different thing, so I'm good. All right. Well, let's get going then, because this is a big day. I don't know why it's muffled, folks. I have no idea. I'm right here. Don't have anything going on. I pressed some things, and I don't know. All right. Well, let's not listen to me then for too long. I have no clue. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're watching this later. Sounds hollow, but okay over here in Hawaii. Interesting. Like I'm in a tin can, huh? What in the heck is going on, folks? I don't know. Let me do something real quick. Audio. Microphone. Yeah, I think if I mess this up, folks, can you hear me now? How is it now? Everybody good? Hello. It doesn't sound too bad. I think I just fixed it. All right, so let's go. I have a lot of people in here waiting, and I just changed the sound. Sounds like the wrong mic. I just switched it. Perfect. All right, let's go. So that was me. I just fixed it. So I think we're good to go. I want to make sure this is good. I got on here early because I couldn't wait. I had reset my computer and everything switched up. So we're good to go now. Thank you. You know what I was thinking earlier? I wanted to hear this before I started the audio. So let's listen to this together and then we'll do the audio. I'll tell you about spotting subtle lies. I have the Deception Detective deck so that we're not just insulting Jenn.
Year-old Madeline Soto, why prosecutors are now calling for an investigation into this local sheriff, and how the story Madeline's mother provided law enforcement doesn't line up with what investigators know. We spoke one-on-one with Jennifer Soto last Tuesday. Good afternoon. I'm Darlene Jones.
And I'm Greg Wormuth. At that point, her daughter Madeline had been missing for 1 day. She told us that Stephan Sterns, her boyfriend and now the prime suspect in Madeline's death, had taken the teenager to school. She said the last conversation she had with the 13-year-old was the night before. But this report we got a hold of today shows she told deputies she saw her daughter the morning of her disappearance. Channel 9 investigative reporter Shannon Butler has been digging into the details of this case. She joins us live in studio. And Shannon, that's not the only thing you noticed in this new report.
Greg, no one has been charged in Madeline Soto's death, but we do know investigators are looking into who knew what and when. And some of that means looking at those initial interviews of the couple and the ones later on. Sources tell me the statements about the timeline are not consistent.
All right. So what we're listening today after this is the audio, folks. And yeah, you can insult Jenn Soto however you want to. I want to make sure that my insults have some kind of meaning to them. And we're going to talk about spotting subtle lies and big lies. And then the card and the we, all the we things. But we're going to listen to the audio after this because I want you to actually see for yourself how big of a lie Jenn Soto actually is going to tell in her audio, because you're going to see this first. Hello, TechBird. Yes, we need to arrest Jenn Soto. I don't think that she's just, just a dumb person that doesn't know better, and I'll tell you why.
Jennifer Soto told us last week that the last conversation she had with her daughter was about her 13th birthday party the night before Maddie disappeared.
I told her good night, and yeah, that was it.
But according to documents, Sunday night was not the last time Soto saw Maddie. New documents show that Maddie's mom told deputies on February 26th that she saw her daughter getting dressed for school at 8 o'clock that morning, and that her boyfriend then took the teen to school. But since that initial report was taken, we learned from the Orange County Sheriff that Maddie was likely dead earlier than that.
Our detectives have determined that Madeline was never dropped off. Instead, we believe she was already dead at the time, and that Stephan Sterns moved her body in the early morning hours on that day.
Channel 9 has been going through statements from Stephan Sterns and Soto trying to piece together what happened in the last few hours of the little girl's life, starting with our interview of the couple. Her mom told us last week.
We dropped her off at school, close to school. She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
But in that same interview, then said,
I was the one who took her to school in the morning. That was my partner. But yeah.
Detectives believe Maddie was likely dead early Monday morning because the video timeline shows Maddie's belongings being dumped in a dumpster at 7:35 by Sterns. At 8:19, Sheriff Mina said video shows Maddie in Sterns' vehicle believed to be deceased. Since then, the case has moved to Kissimmee Police, and sources tell us that Soto has been interviewed multiple times by detectives at 2 agencies, and that they are looking closely at all the statements she's made. But officially, Kissimmee Police won't comment. So this initial report also shows that Sterns told investigators that after Maddie got out of his car, she stopped to look in that book bag before he drove away. That same book bag was found actually in the dumpster. After her death, he then said he went home for about an hour after going to the vape store and running errands. He was home that day until 2:30. Detectives say a tip showed him changing a flat tire not far from where the little girl's body was found that afternoon.
All right, Shannon, it is starting to piece together. Thank you. We also spoke to suspect Stephan Sterns before he was arrested. He also told us he dropped off Madeline for school the morning of her disappearance.
She was asleep for most of the way. Told her have a good day at school when she got out. I love her. She said, thanks, love you too. That was it.
Again, law enforcement believes Sterns never drove Madeline to school and that she was already dead that morning.
Greg, also breaking this afternoon, the state attorney's office says it's asking the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to investigate how and why a photo that appeared to be a body in the woods was posted to the Osceola County Sheriff's personal Instagram page. The photo was posted less than 24 hours after.
I hope nobody saw that photo, folks. And Randy B., you're right. Lies, lies, lies. A whole bunch of lies. We're going to talk about spotting subtle lies, and we're going to talk about we and why she used the word we so many times, because it conveys a sense of plurality and partnership. Now, the police, I believe, were already on to Jenn Soto and Stephan Sterns by then, and pay attention when the officer's talking to her, how she hesitates quite a bit, the officer, and I kind of feel like she knows that she's lying or coming up with the story. So, all right, let's finish this so we can get to the audio.
Investigators found Madeline Soto's body. Sheriff Marcos Lopez, you see here, said he accidentally posted the image when sharing a post of himself visiting a senior citizens area. The sheriff's office has not said why the sheriff had the photo or who took it. Developments continue to come out in this tragic story in our community. For Eyewitness News at 5, we'll show you the image.
All right, so we're done with that. I just really wanted you to understand and hear kind of some of the things that she said. Jennifer Soto talks about seeing Maddie in the morning at 8:30, but this tells a different story now. And again, thank you, Grizzlies. Let's listen to this for a bit, and then we'll stop and talk about it. So I'm just gonna play this. It's Grizzly True Crime, and she got the audio. Took her months to get it. That's not an option for us right now. So thank you, Grizzly.
313. Today's date is February 27th, 2024. Hold on. February 27th, 2024. I'm not going to interrupt too much after this. February, right? If I do have hours, going to speak with Jennifer Soto. Hey, Jennifer. I haven't introduced myself. My name's Myra Taglo. Okay, I'm a detective with the Sheriff's Office. Do you mind if I talk to you? Do you mind if we talk over there by the car? Can I do inside? That's fine.
All right, so listen in the very beginning. I'm going to play some of this, and welcome to all the Grizzlies. Thank you, Gisela from Grizzly True Crime. I love you so much. Grizzly is an amazing creator, very classy, in my opinion. She is the queen of true crime. Absolute awesome that she got this, and it took her a while. So pay attention as we go. I named mine today. I named this police audio interview, and I named it We Have Sex Crimes Unit Taking Over. And the reason I named it that is because one of the first things the officer says to Jennifer Soto is that they now have the sex crimes unit taking over Maddie's case. Why in the heck? Why would you, we're going to hear this right now. Why would you say that? So spotting subtle lies. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about why she uses the word we. Pay attention to what she says.
In the car.
Yeah. My car?
Yeah. Oh, look at the baby. Don't know which baby they're talking about, but I think that's Jen said, oh, look at the baby. Queens, thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Come on.
But it does take time. Here we go. Does it lock?
No, it should be fine.
Okay. Over here, please.
Want to be able to go back home soon?
I'll explain it in a second. Okay? I have a question too before we get started. Somebody said something like somebody in here has a gun. Is that a true statement or a false statement?
That's a true statement.
Okay, where is this gun at right now?
It is upstairs in the guest bedroom.
It's not like in any of these cars out here.
All right, folks. So the officer's asking her about the gun that's in bedroom number 4. They find a gun and a tripod, and they find a big bottle of lube. Remember that. Support with Stepha. They're telling her right now that the sex crime units are taking over the case. I'm going to hit play, and you're going to hear that. That's what I named this, because one of the first things they tell her right now is that that's happening. They tell her 2 big key information points, and she doesn't ask why, or she doesn't say anything.
No, I don't believe so. I think it's upstairs in the guest bedroom. Bedroom number 4. It's got a number 4 on it.
Okay, how certain are we of that?
As far as I know, the gun is inside upstairs. I haven't heard of it being in the car.
Okay. Let me just move my purse.
If you want to take
I could be incorrect. I'm not sure.
If you want to start the car and just give me 1 second.
Yeah. Let me make this. I know it's not the most comfortable, but at least you won't be cold over there.
Yeah.
I get cold super easy.
Yeah, I get having the same way. So I understand. You want to take a seat right over here? And then she's gonna.
Jen Soto says she gets cold super easy. Also, let me just say, they said.
No, we don't care.
Start it up.
Do you have your keys on you?
Here, have a little closer just in case.
Sorry.
So this was on February 27th, the day after Madeline Soto went missing. If you guys don't know, these were in the interviews that we read before in other videos. If you go back to my playlist, you'll be able to see all the videos that I've created. I have like 83 or 84 videos on this topic. So I want you to understand that we've talked about this, but this is the first time we're hearing this audio now. And it's the day after she went missing. And then the video we're going to play next is the day after that with the news station, or maybe that particular day. And you're going to hear how the stories change. She sounds nervous, but she's also calm at the same time, like too calm. So listen up for the sex crime unit and the violent. They talk about violent, or pay attention to it. I don't know the exact verbiage, but it's something that you would question.
Sorry, this isn't my car. There we go. Okay, so I'm not sure if he introduced himself, but his name is Luis Acosta. Okay. We both work for Orange County Sheriff's Office. So I understand you spoke with the other guy earlier with Detective Frank Hunt. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We have officially taken over the case, okay? So
Are you guys with Kissimmee?
No, we're with Orange County. It's just a different unit.
Oh, okay. What unit are you with?
We're with sex crimes.
Okay.
It's just because of her age and is why we take over. Does that make? I know it's kind of confusing, but like we have like different rules.
Did you hear that?
In Orange County, and depending on like people's age, we sometimes take over investigation when it comes to missing persons.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, when you talked to him earlier, I kind of got like a brief synopsis of what happened. I understand you have a new job.
Yes.
Okay. And if I say anything that's incorrect, please correct me. Okay. You have a new job. And last night you asked them to go sleep upstairs because you wanted to get rest. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What time was this? Do you remember? It doesn't have to be like exact time, but like just. Oh, and then yesterday Sunday she had her birthday party, right?
Sunday she had her birthday party.
Okay, what time was that party at?
It started at 3:00.
All right, so the birthday party started at 3, folks. I just want you to hear and understand that the numbers, evil lady, the numbers had, the rooms had numbers on them. She was renting out to 2 roommates the other room. So she had the downstairs bedroom, 3 bedrooms upstairs. She was renting out 2 upstairs, and Maddie had 1 that she shared with Stephan. Jen had the 1 downstairs, and they weren't talking about a sex trafficking room at all. They were just talking about there being a gun in that room, because she was telling them where the weapon was. In that room, they found a bottle of lube, a big bottle of lube, and a tripod. Now, you can tell the officers starting to be on to this and what's happening, but Jenn Soto doesn't seem to be picking up cues for some reason. I don't know if she's like oddly calm. This was the night after her daughter was already missing, and I don't know how she went to sleep. And you'll see deception number 3. Yeah, 3 is a deception number. Thank you, Darlene. I appreciate that. Just remember, as we're watching it, to spot those subtle lies, assumptions, avoid drawing conclusions based on vague language. So just because it's vague, don't think that's something that she's doing. It could be she's doing it on purpose to hide things. Be careful not to infer meanings from what is unsaid, and also don't disregard incorrect grammar, as it could be a deliberate play. Also pay attention to unusual word choices, including overly specific or repetitive terms. Acknowledging nuances is vital in unveiling the hidden truth in statements that appear to be honest on the surface. Now, we know what lies she's told so far, but let's keep going.
Okay, from 3 to what time? I'm not sure. I wasn't there. I was at work. Oh, okay, you weren't there. But I know my sister home
Her
around
sister.
8:30. Was Stephan here at that time? I'm not sure if he was here at the time, but I think he got here a little bit after. And he was like, okay, she was already doing what she was supposed to. She had taken her nighttime meds, and she was getting ready for bed, like taking a shower. She'd take showers at night. So he's like, okay, she was already on it. I didn't get home until, I'm going to say 10:30.
Okay.
And then at 11, I sent them to bed.
Did Stephan make it to the party?
No.
Okay. And then,
did you hear her hesitate when she said she sent them to bed? I just want you to hear that she said she sent them to bed, and she had a big hesitation, folks. Now, when we saw that in writing, yes, when we saw it in writing, we could not hear her. So we were speculating. We're not speculating anymore. Her silence before answering is so loud it's sick. I'm going to just play that again real quick when she talks about sending them to bed. Listen to her hesitation.
was Stephan here at that time?
I'm not sure if he was here at the time, but I think he got here a little bit after. And he was like, okay, she was already doing what she was supposed to. She had taken her nighttime meds, and she was getting ready for bed, like taking a shower. She'd take showers at night. So he's like, okay, she was already on it. I didn't get home until, I'm going to say 10:30.
Okay.
And then at 11, I sent them to bed.
Did Stephan make it to the party?
No.
Okay. And then once you get here, you said you sent her to bed at 11. And the following morning, well, I'm sorry, let me backtrack a little bit. You send them upstairs, right? How many bedrooms are upstairs?
3.
Okay. Where?
In bedroom number 4.
Okay. And what about Stephan?
Bedroom number 4.
Okay. Is it normal for both of them to sleep in the same room?
Yes. Sometimes when I really need a good night's sleep, I will send them upstairs. But when also a lot of times we will sleep together in the king size bed, all 3 of us. Or sometimes Stephan will go upstairs and in our bed alone. So it just really depends on what's going on that night with our schedules and what we're doing.
Okay, where were you sleeping?
Downstairs in the king size bed.
Okay. Is it just you 2 here? Well, you guys have a roommate, right?
We have 2 roommates, and one of the roommates has a son who's here like a little bit more than half the week.
So what rooms do you guys use?
The room downstairs, the master bedroom downstairs, and room number 4.
Okay. So it wasn't last night. It was the night before. Stephan slept in bedroom number 4 and you slept downstairs.
Yes.
In the master. Okay. What time did you wake up?
All right. The hesitation is real, folks. That is not me pausing this. That is Jenn Soto with these long pauses. I also want to tell you guys that this is just so great to have this audio that we can now say we knew it, and we nailed down the times. We told you that Jenn Soto's sister dropped Maddie off, that Stephan Sterns was never at the party. Stephan Sterns was either waiting for Maddie to get home or got there shortly after, and that Jenn Soto got home around 10:30 or 11 because she was in the wedding planning business at Disney, and they closed at 10. We went and dug all that out, found it out. We told you that Jennifer Soto, Stephan Sterns, and Maddie slept in the same bed a lot because the roommate told you, the ex-roommate that came on here. So there's so many things that are validating for me. And yeah, it amazes me too how much she knows. So much. Long pauses. think of a scripting answer, and she does script this over and over and over. Worst liar ever. Please let her be arrested soon. Please let her. Yes, this audio seals the deal in her deception. And if you guys if you still don't think that she's guilty of something, and I'm not even going to try to convince you. Let's listen to her answer about the next thing when she saw Maddie last.
I'm going to say around 8 o'clock in the morning, Stephan came into the room and was trying to put the leash on the dog. Somewhere between, I'm going to say somewhere between, he came into the room somewhere between 8 and 8:15. He came in to put the leash on the dog, and I got up to try to help him because my dog is kind of a nervous dog and I didn't want him to pee on the bed. So we wrangled him, put him on his leash, and he said, go back to sleep. And I said, okay. So I laid back and went back to sleep.
Okay.
I heard people in the kitchen. I'm not sure exactly who was in the kitchen. As far as I know, I came downstairs to get ready in her. So she's got...
Now, many times when it blanks out like that, she's saying Maddie's name because Maddie is a minor. So now she's talking about that morning, and we're going to listen to the news station interview after this so you can hear that she tells a completely different story, and it's scripted right with Stephan Sterns. So every time it blanks out like that, she's probably saying either Maddie's name or she's saying, like earlier, she said her sister's name, Maddie's aunt. So they kind of keep those people out. But right now she's telling that she saw, or she thinks she heard Maddie in the morning. She didn't see her, but it could have been one of the roommates. Stephan Sterns was getting the dog out of the room. All right.
She's kind of got a bedroom in the living room. If you go into the apartment, you'll see there's like a...
Why? Okay, I'm trying not to chip in too much. We're just going to listen to it mostly without...
All right.
Okay.
I heard many people...
Hold on.
Separating half the bedroom. She's got like a desk with a bedroom and a TV and a dresser. But she'll hang out there during the day, but she never sleeps there. She always sleeps with me, and then the rare occasion upstairs. But most of the time it's with me.
Okay. Did you see her on Monday morning?
Visually see her? No.
Did you hear her?
I heard many people in the kitchen. I'm not sure if it was my roommate or her specifically.
Okay. Is your roommate a male or a female?
Female.
Okay.
They're both females.
When was the last time you physically saw?
Wednesday, 11 o'clock. I'm sorry. Sunday, 11 o'clock.
Sunday when you sent her to bed?
To bed.
Okay.
I like how she said Wednesday at 11 o'clock. She doesn't even know what day it is, folks. I'm not going to give her that. She's just dumb and she doesn't know anything and neglect, because she knows the story that she's telling and she's trying to tell it the best way she can. Yeah, Mr. Beer, she freaking said Wednesday. And then she went back to Sunday. And this is the only time we've ever heard her say that she saw her the last time that night at 11 o'clock. All the other interviews, she said it was in the morning. Yeah, you guys all caught that. I did not catch that earlier, that she said Wednesday. Very interesting.
Okay.
Sorry, whoa. She said, when was the last time you saw, and they redact Madeline's name the whole time because Madeline, was a...
Yeah.
Well, and then when you woke up, you said you woke up briefly because Stephan went in there. Did you go back to sleep?
Yes.
What time did you get up?
Let me see if I actually have my alarm set.
Absolutely.
No, I don't have the specific day on there. Let me check something real quick. I'm pretty sure I woke up around 9 o'clock in the morning. And then I left at 9:30.
I had an appointment.
I had a doctor's appointment at like 10:15. But they took a while. And then by the time they did my blood work and whatever, I think I got home somewhere between 11 and 11:15.
Okay.
That's actually a really quick doctor's appointment, folks. And I had to say that before I even heard this audio, that's a really quick doctor's appointment. And it sounds almost like an alibi to me. 10:15. and she was home 45 minutes later, 45 to an hour later, and then listen to all the things in between. This is absolutely, sleep is her priority and her medication is her priority. The only time that she sounds like she's really worried is when she can't get her medication. Other than that, she is not worried for Maddie. She is not worried for Maddie. She's not saying she's been gone I haven't slept all night. I don't know where she is. I've been calling friends. She's so certain, and like she just got this, like it's done, it's settled, and that's how it is. Finality. Thank you, Marissa Fontaine, for the $2.99 super sticker. All support is welcome. Hit the like button, subscribe, share with your community. Please support my channel. Thank you. Yeah, she had blood tests. And how did she have them so quick? Sounds like an alibi to me. And I'm not just on the Jenn Soto bandwagon. I am because I believe she needs to be arrested.
Okay. When you got back, was Stephan here? I'm pretty sure he was, yeah. What was he doing? Just sitting in my room. At my computer desk on his phone. Okay. What did you guys do? We chatted for a little bit. I asked him what had happened because he had called me earlier.
Okay, so listen to this before we get into it. Listen how nonchalant she is. Her and Stephan were chatting. Were they chatting over tea and crumpets, folks? I don't understand. I mean, just put into perspective that her daughter's been missing since yesterday. She's literally sitting there and saying she's chatting with Stephan Sterns. She's not out searching. She's not doing anything. She doesn't even seem to be worried about Maddie. He talks about she doesn't go out searching. She can't go in the apartment. She's worried about the medication. All right, I'm going to let you listen to this, but I wanted you to, chatting. I was chatting with Stephan Sterns. Yeah, it's tea and crumpet time as I chat with Stephan. This lady, man, I want to strangle her and then get her locked up.
At 10, let me see. Pretty sure he called me around 10:18. What did he call you for? To let me know. To let me know that they didn't go to McDonald's as planned. He had asked her multiple times if she wanted to stop at McDonald's because that was the plan the night before. That they were going to wake up early. He was going to take her to McDonald's, do like a special McDonald's breakfast, and then drop her off at school early because she wanted to get there a little early.
What a lie. You could just hear. I'm sorry. To me, it sounds like a liar talking. She's so with it, this woman.
I love Grizzly True Crime because she has the snork and she freaking just tells it how it is. She has not been covering this case entirely in the way that we have. And so I thought it would be good to bring that on here. And I also do like her snark, but special McDonald's breakfast, I didn't know that it was canceled. We also just hit 555. That's Maddie saying hello. It's our angel number. So say a prayer for Maddie to get complete and utter justice. Now, I want you to remember this as we keep going, that there are unusual details interjected into this story. Okay. So I say it's a story because in my opinion, it's scripted. When liars plan out a false story ahead of time, the process is known as scripting. So I feel like when her and Stephan Sterns were chatting, they were scripting what was going to happen. It's called scripted stories for a reason because it tends to be over logical and bland, lacking unusual or sensory details. For the liar, the strategy makes the story appear more believable and easier to recall. Therefore, if a narrative lacks unusual details, like 18 minutes and this time and the dog and then Stephan and I did this and that, I mean, these just absolute like details about the vape shop, you're going to hear that and asking, why would you need footage for the vape shop if nothing was wrong? I don't understand. So this might indicate it's scripted. I want you to think about the scripting as you continue to listen to this.
She's not right. That's how we would say it.
He left his phone at home because I had called him multiple times and he hadn't picked up. He had left his phone at home by accident. He had went to the vape shop. but they didn't open on time. So he had waited for quite a while in front of the vape shop. They didn't open, so he left and came back, and we hung out a little bit. And then I think he left again to the vape shop to go buy what he needed.
Okay.
Do you want the name of the vape shop?
Yes. If you have it at the top of your mind, I'm sure we're going to talk again soon, and we'll have more.
No, I'm just saying because that might be helpful if you want to see like surveillance or anything.
Okay, so at some point, I understand he gets like a flat tire, and he's not able to go with you to pick school.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when you get to the school, how do you realize that she wasn't there?
So I usually leave around 2:30 to pick her up. She gets out of school at 4. So I wait it takes me about 20-25 minutes to get to the school, and then I wait about an hour for her to get out.
Thank you.
I waited the whole time. And then when the bell rang and then it was time for her to come out, she wasn't one of the first kids like she normally is. And I realized I was holding up the line because everyone behind me had children and they needed to get out because I was the first in line.
Again, unusual story, unusual details, lack of concern, very scripted, very unbothered. Whims, you know what? It's good that you heard this earlier, and everybody that heard this earlier, I'm so glad that Grizzly True Crime is getting the support, and she has 320,000 followers, and she's able to get this content and secure it. I also want to thank Vicky Guerra for the $20 super chat. I always enjoy watching your show. Thank you, Lauren from Wisconsin. Very scripted, and don't forget the word we. All right, so let's listen what I just said as we listen to this. Unusual details. About picking her kid up 45 minutes. She was the first one in line. Why didn't she go in there if she was concerned? Why didn't she go up to the office and see if Maddie was there? So she waited an hour for her daughter, but her doctor's appointment didn't even take that long. And then all of these other details that they're not asking for, she's giving them. So hopefully I'll be next. I am getting a lot of viewers. My viewership has declined since covering the Madeline Soto case. So if you guys could, make sure to hit the subscribe button while you're here. Like it, share my content. I have 320 something videos, and I'd love if you'd share it. Thank you, Scary Sherry. Jay's the real deal. I hope so. I think so, but it's all about what you guys think.
So after about, I'm going to say, I think it was like 4:10, she didn't come out and I was holding up the line. So I drove away. I said, maybe I forgot to tell her that I was picking her up that day because I don't know if she knew that I wasn't working that day. But I had assumed that she thought, she knew that I was going to go get her. So because she never came out, I left and I went. She works less than.
Literally listen to the officer say, I hope you guys hear the officer say, Like she really is not compelled by Jennifer Soto's fake scripted story. Thank you, Nets World. All of you all. I love you. Thank you for supporting me. We'll continue listening. I just want to make sure while we're doing this live that you're getting your opinion in and you feel like you're getting to say what you need to. Jen's dedicated to several kinds of scripts, right? Yeah, scripts, RX scripts like following a script, an alibi, in my opinion. And Nina Drew, thank you for the 199 super sticker. I appreciate all of you. All right, so that officer is not buying her bullshit, folks.
I'm gonna say it's like a 3-minute drive from the school. It's very close. She works in the Hunters Creek Villages area. I drove that way, and I drove along the path that she would walk, and I didn't see her. And then office, I asked, hey, has she gotten here yet? They said no. And I said, okay, let me wait a little bit. And I parked back again on Hunter's Park Lane, I think. And I waited along that lane to see if I would see her walking. And I didn't see her walking. And it was about 4:30, 4:35. At this point, she should have. So I went back to the office, and then I was like, "Is she here yet?" No, she hasn't gotten here. And I said, "Okay, hold on. Let me see." I called her best friend, and I was like, "Hey, are you?" I don't know if I told her I was picking her up from school today or to walk to the office, but I don't see her anywhere. And she goes, "No, she never came to school today. She didn't come to first or second period." And I said, "What do you mean? We dropped her off close to school. She should have walked to school." She goes,
All right, folks. This starts with the we, her dropping her off, her calling the best friend. A lot of things aren't right, and it sounds like she's reciting something. It sounds like when they chatted over their tea and crumpet that they were scripting a story. And law enforcement seems to be thinking she's lying too with the So I want you to pay attention. The officer is not buying her stuff, and neither are we. Most of us aren't. Her story doesn't make any sense, folks. Now, remember, when they edit stuff out, they're either saying names or they're talking about that insurance company that her mom has. It's like an insurance tax company, and they're trying not to say the name. Jenn Soto doesn't even know the name of her mom's company. Listen, yeah, tea and crumpets. We were chatting over tea and crumpets.
"No, she never made it to any of her periods." And I said, "Can you please check with your other friends in your other classes to see if she ever made it?" She got back to me and said no. At this point, I started to panic because I realized something was wrong. I emailed one of her teachers, a few of her teachers actually, and one of them responded to me. He said she didn't make it to his period at all, and he checked all her other classes, and she didn't make it to school at all. That's when I knew something was truly wrong. And I'm not before that email or after that email. But I started panicking and freaking out because she should have been to school. She should have made it.
And then I understand she forgot her phone, right?
Yeah.
Is it common for her to not have her phone?
Yes. She's got ADHD. She's super forgetful. She never realizes that she's in the shower for a whole hour. She loses track of time. She's very.
And maybe she's in the shower for an hour to get all of that disgustingness off from Stephan Sterns and the things that are going on, folks. Good night, Chumba. Hopefully you catch up tomorrow. Why would she be taking showers for an hour? And why would Stephan Sterns be showering her before that? Do you think it was to help Maddie or for himself? This is absolutely ludicrous. And this officer is telling us with her and her subtle cues of what she's saying. I mean, this is where the scripting starts, folks. So, yeah, she never feel clean. I've heard that from survivors before, that they never can feel clean enough. They want to scrub their skin off. You think an hour is because of ADHD, you crazy potato? Lil Red Zero, thank you for gifting the 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. I love you. Thank you. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate you. All the support. Never says anything positive about Maddie, and she's a failure in being a mother. I agree. Listen to this.
And then you guys went looking for her, right?
Yes.
Where did you look? Like, did you drive somewhere? Did you walk? Like, where did you go look for her?
Okay. So, after her best friend called me, actually, or I talked to her best friend on the phone, I went back to the school to see, let me check her official attendance. Let me see what's going on. They were already closed. Nobody was at the school. So I searched by backtracking into the school and then coming back out and seeing that there were no kids at the school at all. So then I drove. Everything was driving. And then I think that response from her teacher at that point.
Scripting, more scripting. She emailed the teacher. Everything she's saying, the officer is not buying at all. She's and she doesn't care. There's an excuse for everything about Maddie. And not only did Maddie forget her phone that day, but Stephan forgot his phone that day. And the officer didn't ask if that was usual for him, but she knew something was off when they both forgot their phone. And then an excuse. Maddie has ADHD. That's why she takes long showers, forgets her phones, distracted, tired. What else you got, Jenn Soto? Yeah, it's all about her. And listen, it gets even more. So she knew there wasn't. The comments are flying. Wonder if she spent so long in the bathroom because it's the only place in the house she had privacy. You're right. They rented out 2 of the rooms. One of the people had a child, plus her, Stephan Sterns, and all the people. Man, may Maddie rest in peace, folks. All right, let's listen to her lies.
But did you come back to the apartment at any point yesterday once you realized she was missing? Stephan was at home waiting for us to get back. And then when I told him something was wrong, she never made it to school. He completely hauled it back to me. And then we all stood there waiting for the cops to show up, and they didn't show up.
All right, folks, that was a yes or no question. Did you go back to the apartment and wait for Maddie or go check if she was there? That was a yes or no answer, and she went around it and gave a bullshit story to the cop just now. And remember, we talked about that when we saw her at the mother's office, about how she sat there in the office and never went to the house to see if her daughter was there because she knew.
Until like 7:30. It took them a while to respond. I think they were looking for other missing kids around the area too. But yeah, no, we did not come back home until we were done with the police. We were done with everything. There was nothing else for us to do except come back.
Where was her phone when all of this was happening?
With me.
How did you get the phone if you never came back here?
I took it with me to go pick her up from school. I was going to give it to her when she got in the car and be like, listen, you forgot your phone again, and let her play on it.
Did you hear that?
When she forgets that, I bring.
Did you hear that? She brought the meanness for a second. She said, listen, you forgot your phone again, and let you play on it. Like, what? I think she knew too. Marianka, hello. And absolutely, if you don't believe it now, his mom should definitely be arrested. I don't know about his mom, but I know Jenn Soto should be arrested. And I know, I think in my heart, I don't know anything. I think in my heart that the police and investigators are onto her. I don't know how the volume is low, Lynn Gibson, but I'll turn it up for you.
The phone with me, and I just gave it to her afterwards. But I had brought it with me to go pick her up from school.
Okay. And you works where?
I won't get you the address exactly.
Yeah. And then did you at any point check her phone out while you had it?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Okay. Actually, I started looking, but I could not concentrate on reading anything. I was too panicked and too worried. I handed the phone to my sister. She's the one, and my niece. They both started going through her texts. I saw her texts. Nothing seemed weird. No weird random people. Everyone is someone I was familiar with or had heard about.
Which makes things even worse. Again, a yes or no question turns into that. Did you look at her phone? Yes or no? What did you find on there? She didn't even ask that, but yet she goes into her giving it to her sister and all these things, excuses, and more excuses. I mean, little lies is what we were talking about, Scary Sherry. A bunch of little lies on top of the others. What this interview is becoming.
They checked her Roblox. They checked her Discord. I checked her Discord as well. There was nothing weird. One of the police officers taught me to look at deleted text messages. We looked at those as well. They were random text messages deleted. They weren't anything.
Do you remember where you were when you were looking at her phone?
Yes.
Which is where?
Let me see.
Okay, we've got about 13 minutes left of this. I see you guys are all commenting yes.
All right.
Were you guys, when you guys were looking for her, did you guys keep looking for her in the Hunters Creek area or somewhere else?
Hunters Creek area.
Okay. Did you guys come back here at any point?
No.
What time did you guys come back home?
Hold on a second.
All right, folks, this takes her a while to figure out when she came back home. She keeps trying to make sure that her scripted story matches, in my opinion, with what they're going to see on her phone and not. So there was a big pause. I turned the volume up. When she mumbles or is talking low, I can't help that. So you might have to turn your closed caption on.
What time did we come back? What time did we come back? That was a very good question.
Good question.
I was gonna say it was like somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock p.m. Did you guys go back out after that? Stephan went back out. And this was last night, right? Yes. Okay. Where was
right
after this?
Where was Matt?
Okay. Did you leave the house at any point with her phone after this? I don't believe so, no. Okay.
I wonder where the phone was found in the end, Maddie's phone. And also to say, did you leave the house at all after that? Stephan did. We know he did.
Yeah, that's interesting that they asked that, folks, because they're asking for a reason. They're already tracking them. They've collected them, and they're doing searches on them to find out the pings. So there's a reason why she's asking these questions. Thank you, Naomi. I'm going to lose it if she's not arrested. I think we're all with you. We should have a community support group with each other that are all of us that are going crazy waiting for Jenn Soto to be arrested. Marsha, thank you for the gifted membership. One Guilty of Crime membership. Naomi, thank you for the $10 super sticker. All your support is much appreciated. If you get me to where I need to be, then I can get this content and bring it to you first, and then I can share it with everybody. So thanks to Grizzly True Crime for doing that. Yeah, this lady is way too, Jenn Soto was way too calm and so many lies. Yeah, they did. They took 4 phones, L Price. They ended up taking 4 phones and collecting them. So I can't wait to see what they get from that. Now, remember, she's starting to target the officers, targeting questions because of the information they have. They're going to talk about Stephan having a flat tire soon. The officer's going to ask her, didn't he get a flat tire? Listen up.
Because he went back to the scene multiple times from the document we read together before, part 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it sounds like he went back to where he put Maddie's body multiple times.
I also want to confirm that with you folks. We've been waiting for that to come out. Now, they didn't formally put that out. They did not formally put that out, but we now know that Jenn Soto is saying that Stephan Sterns used her car and drove back to the Maddie's dump site, or her site that he put her final resting place, that he took the car because the seat was moved. So if information comes out different, then it's going to be a lie in contrast to this audio interview. Okay, so if they say that their cameras got video footage of Jenn and Stephan, or Jenn driving the car that night that was going back to the dump site, then we know that this was a lie. But this is confirming that Stephan Sterns took her car and was cruising around, and he went back to the dump site. We now know because of the pings. And why did he drive your vehicle? Can you explain that? That's what I want to know. Is she an accomplice? Was she in the car with him? That's what I want to know. So we now have an answer to that. And if the cameras say something different, then she's definitely going to get arrested then swiftly, I'm sure.
What? I think it's been home all day today, too. It's been home all day today? I'm pretty sure, yeah. What time did the police take her phone? Oh, just kidding. Yeah, they took it. I don't have it anymore.
Just kidding.
Just kidding, folks. The police officer asked her where Maddie's phone is, and then listen to the police officer say, "Are you sure? Are you sure that's where her phone is?" And she's like, "Oh, wait, she took all this." Yeah, if she wouldn't have all these excuses. I'm going to just put that again because you could listen to that for a sec. That's ridiculous. And then her, just kidding. You're kidding while your daughter's been missing all night?
Don't believe so, no. Okay.
Wait. Hold on. She's asking her where the phone is and if she knows.
Did you guys go back out after that? Stephan went back out. And this was last night, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where was after this?
With me.
Okay. Did you leave the house at any point with her phone after this?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay.
I wonder where the phone was found in the end, Maddie's phone. And also to say, did you leave the house at all after that? Stephan did. We know he did, because he went back to the scene multiple times from the document we read together before, part 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it sounds like he went back to where he put Maddie's body.
What time did the police take her phone?
Oh, just kidding. Yeah, they took it. I don't have it anymore.
Just kidding.
What time did he take the phone?
Just kidding.
I've been.
Sorry, I'm gonna play it now. She's like, when she's like, just kidding. Okay, they're asking where was Maddie's phone? Was it with you the whole time? Did it leave the house at all? Like, and she's like, oh.
Raise your hand, folks, if you would know where your daughter's phone is when she went missing for a day and you're keeping track of the things because you're looking for your daughter or you're concerned. You're just kidding. Out of her excuse. Yeah. What? Just kidding equals lying. I agree with you on that. Microwave cheese. Unbelievable. Please arrest Jenn Soto.
Oh, just kidding. Ooh, that's not the right phraseology in a police interview. Just kidding.
Did you guys take the phone anywhere other than when Detective Hunt took the phone?
I think it's been home all day. I don't think I left the house with him.
Okay. Did Stephan have access to the phone?
I'm sorry, I took my medicine, so I feel a little species.
All right, folks. She said she took her medicine and feels a little, I think she said queasy after the big pause. Now, remember, she's on this medication. We don't hear anything about her saying, oh, I just switched medicines. We hear medicine being a focal point of not only her, but Stephan Sterns in the upcoming interviews that we see. Stephan Sterns talks a lot about taking medication and feeling wiped out. She said spacey. There you go. Not queasy. She said, I feel spacey. Yeah, Jenn Soto thinks she's being cute. Thank you. It's spacey. She felt spacey. It was hard to hear her. She did say spacey. All right. Yeah. Oh, come on. It's a big focal point so that she can act from how she's acting and her demeanor. Jojo, thank you for gifting the 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. Make sure you guys are interacting so you can get those. All right. Let's listen to her weird explanation and how she gets excited about her meds after.
I think I've had it with me. I think it's been with me.
Okay. Did you go through her phone today?
Yes.
Okay. Where was that at?
Here.
And what were you looking for at that time?
To see if there was anything else. What we couldn't access on Monday night was Roblox. So my niece came over and logged into her Roblox and checked out messages. But then my sister was also looking for her phone to see if there was anything.
Here at the house?
Yes.
And that was today?
Yes.
Okay, do you guys have her account information as far as like her iCloud and all that stuff? Or is it just on her phone?
I've had a hard time logging into it before when I was trying to get her a new phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure if I can log in to her iCloud. I think it's all on her phone.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is because they took the phone and they downloaded it, right? They can see like if somebody tries to access her accounts and stuff like that. So if you guys do have access to anything.
So she's telling her right now, straight up, if you guys went in there, you tried to delete something or access something, it's going to tell us. And now she's saying, oh, wait. All right. So listen to all of her crazy excuses. And every time the officer asks her a question, she has a whole scenario for an answer instead of just saying yes or no. That's a big telltale, folks, when someone cannot give you a straight up answer and they have to go around it. Oh, yeah, the kids were looking at and they messaged someone from Roblox. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys can refrain from like logging back in.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine. Yeah.
So it doesn't look like she like if she tries to like access her accounts from like somewhere else, that way we can track that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're asking if you can, just try not logging into any more of her accounts so that when he's going through the phone, it doesn't look like she's trying to log on from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would he be going through Maddie's phone, by the way? I think there's way too many. Yeah. I don't know.
Was there anything else that they wanted us to clarify?
Did you find the address to your?
Sorry, let me call her again.
Now, they blurted out, but they asked if she found the address to her mom's work. Her mom's name is Yolanda, and it was an insurance tax agency. And what's up, Jennifer Bizarro? I hope you're enjoying this.
Or what's the name of it?
Oh, if I could remember her business name, I don't know.
What kind of business?
It's an insurance business. I think Advanced Insurance something group.
And then I know that you've been with us for the most part of the day, right?
Yes.
We have, I want to say maybe like 40 people out here, okay? Between us and Kissimmee. And we're all, going to be working basically overnight and throughout the day tomorrow until we, okay? Tonight, what we're going to do is, I know we already secured your house, right? We asked everybody to leave. So another thing that I'm going to ask is if you guys can find somewhere else to stay for the night. Because
All right. This is a big focal point, everybody. This is what we've talked about so many times about Stephan Sterns and Jenn Soto getting kicked out of the house so that the police can search the house. Again, Jennifer Soto is still not questioning why the sex crime unit is assigned, why they're literally going to tear the house apart and everybody has to leave. She's more concerned about where she's going to stay with Stephan Sterns when she could stay with her. She could stay with with her family because they just don't want Stephan Sterns there. She's never told them that. Now there was a search warrant for the house. They had one because they searched it, and that's why they made them leave. So this is her concern, and listen to what she's concerned about. Yeah, she actually could have stayed with family. Now she could have. She absolutely could have. She's with them right now. So I'm just reading some comments in here, and not once go back to check, not see if she got a ride home. This is when they go to the hotel, and this is when he drives himself to his parents' house that night for like just a couple minutes. So listen up, listen to her and what she's concerned about. Not Maddie.
We're gonna have Kissimmee out here at your apartment for the rest of the night because the people that come and like take pictures and all that other stuff are not going to respond until the morning. Okay, so nobody can go into the house for the rest of the night until the house gets, we need to take pictures and do other stuff with the house. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
And unfortunately, because you guys have such a big apartment, it's not something that only one person does. Like, we don't do that, right? We have our forensics unit come out. And it's not something that one person can do by herself. So she has to wait until people come in because they're on call after midnight, right? So she has to wait for the other people to come in the morning, and then they're all going to come in as a unit and try to get it done as quick as possible.
Okay. I need to go back into the house.
Mm-hmm.
I have medication that I have to take in order to be like normal. Is there a possibility that I can go back in there and get my meds?
Yes. Give me a few minutes, and then we'll try to figure out how we can get your medication. Okay, but that's something that we can definitely get.
So remember, she's worried about her medication and getting back into the house for her medication. No questions from Jenn Soto to law enforcement. Why is my home a crime scene? Why is my 13-year-old daughter being looked at by the sex the crime scene sex, whatever that is. I can't even think of it, but whatever I said, the sex crimes unit. Why? I'm just going to go stay the night with Stephan Sterns in a hotel, even though the police just told me that they're going to search my home. Stephan Sterns was the last one to see her. I haven't seen her since last night. And yes, she's absolutely more concerned with her meds and being able to find a place to stay than she is with her daughter. And the detective, you're right, Lily Sunshine, detective is trying to give her an opportunity to ask why, ask anything, tell her the right story. And she's just not getting to the punchline. Now, thank you, Nina Drew, for the 199 super chat. Tea and crumpets as they get their story straight. Yeah, I believe she already knew too, JC. And then after they went in the room, they had tripod and lube, and they had a gun. There was a 9mm in there, 9mm, a tripod, lube with a bed sheet that had a bunch of nasty stains. Yeah, that was her home, and I know everything in my home. 3,700 square feet, little red zero. You're 100% right, and I do too. As long as somebody comes in my house, I know where everything is, and I know where my daughter is, and I don't put things like that in my daughter's way or let her sleep with anybody. As long as she has her meds, no worries. Yeah, absolutely. Her and Stephan were both. There's both on that my meds thing and using that as an excuse. Ugh, disgusting.
Okay. Does it make sense what I'm telling you?
Yes. I just don't know what we're gonna do about finding a place to go, but okay.
And then because lost in Stephan's car, we're also gonna tow his car.
Okay.
She took a deep breath, folks, and said, oh, okay, now listen, they're going to tow their cars. They're searching their condo. They're making them, they took their phones. They've got the sex crime unit looking at her daughter. And she says, oh, okay, no question. Officer, do you happen to think that maybe Stephan had something to do with it? Are you getting a feeling that something happened? Is there anything I should know about? I mean, come on now. I'm getting heated. I mean, when my daughter, anything, I have a concern about it. I ask somebody, what do you think about that? How do you take that? Or what's going on? Like, I want to know more. Nothing. Okay. And Lauren, Wisconsin, good luck on your final appointment. I hope you get the A-OK for receiving your new kidney in November. Thank you so much for your support and for all of you. Say a prayer for Lauren from Wisconsin that she gets her new kidney in November. And all of you say a prayer for Madeline Soto that she gets complete and utter justice. Let's keep going.
Okay. Do you have any questions about anything that I'm telling you? Okay, so from now on, it'll probably be me.
She just asked her if she has any questions, and it was silent. Let me put that back for a second. She gave her the opportunity again.
Yes. I just don't know what we're gonna do about finding a place to go, but okay.
And then because lost in Stephan's car, we're also gonna tow his car.
Okay.
Do you have any questions about anything that I'm telling you?
Nope.
Okay, so from now on, it'll probably be me getting in touch with you, okay? Not Detective Hunt. Okay?
Okay.
Do you understand everything that we discussed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get your direct number?
Yes.
I'm just drop ad.
Oh, she asked a question. She said, can I get your direct number? She finally asked the question, folks, and I paused it in perfect timing. Deception Detective says, thanks for sharing this, Grizzly. Mind if I make an analysis reaction video to this? I'm going to let Gisela play this so that you can see that she's okay with it, which means we'll collab with Deception Detective and listen to his analysis. I cannot wait Yeah, this is absolutely insane. No questions. I already know what happened to my daughter. It's like it's a finality. Unbelievable. Okay, deception detective.
Address, if I remember it correctly, is 13550.
Sorry, I'm just going to pause it there. We've got about 5 minutes left. Welcome to Deception Detective. I know a lot of Grizzlies send me your videos, actually. So thank you for being here. You said, thanks for sharing this, Grizzly. Mind if I made an analysis or reaction video? Not at all. That would be great. I mean, I've watched a lot of your videos as well, reacting to Jenn Soto's, media interviews and all of that. So absolutely, go ahead. All right. So we've got about 5 minutes left to go. Some people, I understand that some people in chat are like, why are people blaming the...
All right, we're going to go a little bit further. I know why we're blaming Jenn Soto, because your daughter is, well, she was assaulted for SA'd for 5 years, and now her life gets taken by this guy that wasn't even with her. And she has a responsibility to her daughter, as we all do to our children. That's why.
There's no protective instinct there. Some parents just, they don't have that. Or maybe they just, I don't know, not interested. Who knows? But it's...
I don't think that. I think that she was interested in letting Stephan do what he wanted.
It's a business building? I don't know. It's a building with a lot of business and offices inside.
And when did he say you were there?
I got there around 4. Well, see, I left and came back. So 4:45. I got there, and I think I stayed until they had left. Were you there today?
Yes or no, lady? Were you there today?
Is there one would be anywhere near that area today?
I don't know if you guys are hearing this, but the officer's asking her if she was there today and if there's any reason her phone would be near there today. And we're hearing crickets. I cannot wait for Dee Dee's analysis as well. I tagged him in this along with Grizzly. So hopefully they're able to see this. He can see the cards that I pulled and kind of work with that. And of course, this interview, like, I cannot wait. Crickets, folks. She asked if she would have any reason to be around there with her phone, and nothing. Let's listen.
I got there around 4. Well, see, I left and came back. So 4:45. I got there, and I think I stayed until they had left. Were you there today? Is there one would be anywhere near that area today? No, I don't think so. It's been with me. Oh, Detective Hunt went back to that office. I'm so sorry. And he had her phone. Okay. He had her phone at that time. Yeah. Why did he go back to that office? Because my uncle had walked the path along the trail, and he had found a wallet with not 90, but like credit cards and something that had somebody's state on it. So he went to pick it up to see if it was of any interest. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna give you my business card. I'm still here for a little bit longer. I'm gonna talk to Stephan one more time. There was like a few things that we needed to clarify with him, and then we're gonna, like, me physically, after I get done talking to Stephan, I'm gonna try to go get rest, right? Because we're gonna continue to do all this. Yeah. There's other detectives that are coming from my unit. Okay. So like there's always gonna be somebody here. Okay. So just because I physically am not here, don't think that we're not physically working on this. We have a lot of people in our unit, right? So we're taking like shifts. And then the people we have violent crimes out here as well.
All right. So now they've got violent crimes, sex crimes. They're tearing apart the condo and looking for information. They're towing the cars and looking at the cars, since she was the last person, or Stephan was the last person to see her alive. and still nothing. That officer is giving her opportunity after opportunity to ask questions, to say something. Hey, what do you think about that? Stephan was the last to see her. Did you find anything suspicious? I mean, nothing, folks. Violent crimes and sex crimes unit. What do you have to say about that? I would love to see the officer's face also, but we don't even need to see her face. We can hear, in her voice. We know what she's thinking without knowing, and we can hear it in her voice. We can hear it in her voice. That's all I can say. You guys can hear it. I've got it up really loud. Yeah, not to mention the gun in bedroom 4. Right.
And they're here till 4 in the morning. So I don't want you to think that like just because I'm leaving that we're not still actively working on this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like they are here till 4 in the morning, and then the day shift people that also work violent crimes come in around that same time. So they're gonna take over. So like we have like people working till a certain time and then other people coming and taking over. Okay. So like I said, just because I physically am not here doesn't mean that we're not still working on something. Does that make sense?
Real quick.
I mean, but they're saying words like sex crimes, violent crimes unit, and Jen doesn't ask, what do you mean? Why is the sex crimes unit here? What?
Yeah, nothing. Let's go back.
I don't know. If I was her, if you really think she's missing, why is this not a missing persons case? Why is my house a crime scene? And you've got the sex crimes unit and violent crimes unit there. You know what I mean? Oh my word, that's so scary. And she just says,
I don't remember Detective Tagler asked, but yesterday when you guys were out looking, do you remember what time you were out looking till?
All right, now the questions are getting harder and she's getting flustered a little bit, okay? He asked what time she was out looking and she's like, you know why? Because she wasn't out looking. She already knew. Stephan knew. Can you imagine the lack of concern that Stephan actually probably had? There was a big lack of concern because he knew exactly where she was. He even went there a couple of times. They didn't look anywhere. I'm going to leave that up while you listen to her contemplate what she was doing and what time she got home, or if she looked.
So yesterday, I stayed in the office. My family went out searching.
Which office?
1355. Yeah.
You stayed until what time?
I'm gonna say somewhere between 8 and 9 o'clock. I left and then I came home.
You came straight here.
Yeah.
And then who was out? Your family was out looking?
Yeah, but I think they all stopped when. Actually, I'm not sure. One of my uncles might have kept searching along the trail, but I'm not sure until what time he was out. My dad as well.
What about Stephan?
Stephan went out sometime in the middle of the night and went searching, cruising around to see if he could.
My daughter's been missing and the last man to see her alive, and they're going to raid my house with sex crimes units and violent crimes. And this guy went out cruising in the middle of the night. I didn't go. I was sleeping with my meds. Dawn, grandma of 3, you're welcome. You say thank you for all you do to bring us the truth. You're absolutely welcome. Yeah, I would love to go to court as well. If you do go to court, JJ, let me know. Hit me up. Cruising at midnight, looking for her daughter, right? The choice of words that she uses, absolutely I just can't understand them chatting. They were chatting in between her appointment. Her daughter's missing, and this is just so nonchalant.
When searching, cruising around. Oh, crap. Did you hear that, guys? I'll go back a few seconds. What?
No, I heard that.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, but I think they all stopped when. Actually, I'm not sure. One of my uncles might have kept searching along the trail, but I'm not sure until what time he was out. My dad as well.
What about Stephan?
Stephan went out sometime in the middle of the night and went searching, cruising around to see if he could figure out where she might be.
What car was he driving?
My car.
Hers.
Was anybody driving Stephan's car?
No, just Stephan.
That's a big red flag right there, folks. And we got that. We finally have the answer if the cameras tell that same story. Stephan was driving her car and he went back to the dump site. I hate to say that, but that's what it is. He went to go check on Maddie's body, and now we know. Let's see if the cameras match up. She needs to get a rest, so doesn't even go look for help. Excuse me, right? I mean, none of this makes sense. He never wanted you, Jen. He wanted your daughter. Absolutely. And she handed her over. Cruising means joyriding, you idiot. Kim Princess. She is an idiot. All right. We're almost done. And then we're going to listen to the interview. We have about 5 minutes left. And then we're going to listen to the interview to match this to see her scripted story.
And what time was he out?
I have no idea. I fell asleep. But I know he drove my car because when I got into it, I said, "Oh, the seats adjusted. Did you drive my car?" He goes, "Yeah, remember I said I was going to take a drive tonight to go search for her because he does have like insomnia. He can't sleep at night sometimes, and especially like that's what's going on right now. But I'm not sure what time he may have come in or out. But if you guys look at my gate clicker, you need that to come in the front gate. You can see what times he may have come in and out.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else for you. We're gonna clear.
So since she's pointing that out about the gate clicker and the cameras, I'm probably going to assume that he was driving by himself. I don't know if she's that stupid. I actually don't think she's stupid at all. I think that she knows exactly what she's saying. And yeah, you're right, sweetie. But yeah, she talks about the seat. She doesn't give straight answers. She goes around it. Yeah, but you can sleep, right? Yeah, all of you guys, I'm so glad that you're on the same page. And I'm glad that everyone's not, nobody's fighting about this. I cannot wait until Jen gets arrested. This is,
For some things with Stephan, and then I will let you know before I head out. Okay. Do you promise that everything you said today is true?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Ending the recording at 009. 4-11.
And that's it, everyone. That's the audio file that I received amongst many other files. So I'm going to.
All right. So we did that. We're at 1 hour and 21 minutes, folks. I'm so glad that you guys were able to hear this with me. Yeah. Since Serber, you're right. Do you know her reasonable and accommodating as Stephan Sterns is baloney? But every little thing about Maddie, like breathing, she's on that. Right. I want you guys to compare this to the next interview and you guys can chat. I can't wait to see the other files as well. It took 4 months to get those. They put in a FOIA request and another person helped as well. So they've got multiple people on this. And the more people on this, the better. Let's listen as the next day rolls around and they do an interview with Madeline, or actually not Madeline, I'm sorry, with Jenn Soto and Stephan Sterns in the background. I really want you to compare this to what we just heard. And thank you, Carly, for putting out Grizzly True Crimes link. All right, we're going to do this and we're going to listen to this together so you can hear what she just said and what she's saying now. I want you to hear her tone, hear her voice. Thank you, Miss Tina. I'm glad you're enjoying being here, hanging out with the crew. I heard the bedroom crime scene 4 was very bloody. We don't know if it was bloody. We think that there may have been blood in the area of her neck and this area when they found her body. I don't know the very bloody. I can't speculate, I can speculate, but I don't know. Not surprised. They both had insomnia. Both of their souls were rattled, right? Well, we will all party when Jen gets arrested, right? All right, let's listen to this so we don't have to rely on our memories for this. Now we can hear her doing the interview and then going right into this the next day. I believe this was the next day or the day after. It was right in that time frame, but what happened first, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this happened first and then her interview is next. Yeah. It's only 9 minutes and 36 seconds, so it shouldn't be too torturous. Now you can see her face.
Jen, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Maddie.
Well, Monday morning, we took her to school. We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school.
All right, so we now know 110% that did not happen. I don't know what script that she's pulling this from other than just Stephan Sterns and her chatting together about what happened. Lie number one. Lie number two is that they saw her in the parking lot hanging out with friends. Stephan Sterns knows damn well that she didn't make it past the house. She was not alive in the car. And why is she covering for him? That's what we want to know. And that's why the officers get so suspicious so fast and they arrest Stephan Sterns. They absolutely arrest him fairly quickly. They were on to him from the beginning, in my opinion, by taking his stuff and searching the house. Yeah, she is pathetic. Now, she is covering for Stephan Sterns. In my opinion, she looks very nervous and not scared for her daughter, but scared for herself. And Stephan's back there controlling the narrative, or I don't know if he's controlling it more than just making sure it stays the narrative that they put out there.
But she never made it that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that.
They do.
It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day.
I do not think that this is before the interview, Monica. I think the police interview happened the day after. I don't know what time because I don't have the time, but I believe that this was after she already spoke with the police. I'm sure the police would have gotten to her before the news media did, especially for a missing person that had been gone for a day. Yeah, she knew she wasn't at school and she also wasn't out looking. There's such a finality to this interview that she talks about. And look at her answers to the questions. Every time she either repeats it or goes around it, there's no yes or no. Just listen.
That point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Have you heard from any of her friends? Has she been active on?
She also didn't call 911 ever. She never called 911. It was her mom and her sister that called 3 separate times and were very frustrated. She actually never got on the phone. So I think that her mom said we need to call 911. Yeah, no, I don't know why she didn't get an email, but it shouldn't have been relied upon about an email. So let's listen to her lie, watch her face, and then we'll wrap up.
Any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media, none of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. Yeah, there's no update.
And I have to ask this, and I know I hate doing it, but is she the type that would run away? Has this happened in the past or anything? Has she ever threatened to run away?
Never. She's never ever mentioned anything like this before. And she's not the type to want to do this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday.
Again.
Which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful.
No.
So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
Jen, what
the police were suspicious of Stephan Sterns, Adam, but they arrested him when they got his phone. They decided to keep it. So this was this was before that. They didn't arrest Stephan Sterns for like 3 or 4 days in. Just remember that. It took them a few days to scour through everything, and then they took his phone on the spot. Now, when they searched through the house and they found a gun and lube, and her room was sheets that probably had jizz, and I hate to say it like that, but there was stains on the sheets, and they knew that he was sleeping with her, and all the suspicious the way they talked and whatever Stephan Sterns said, that's what brought this to be, and the arrest, and ultimately just taking his phone right then and there. So no, it was later that happened. He still has his phone in his pocket and all of that.
What is your fear? I know you mentioned she's on games and stuff. Do you think she could have like met somebody and tried to meet up with them?
She's open to us. She's open with us about, if she's got a crush with anyone, and she told us she had a crush on someone at school. And I looked at their messages. Nothing was weird. I looked at all of her messages, all of her deleted messages. Nothing seemed weird. It didn't seem like she was talking to anyone. So I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like she may have been taken. Because this is not like her at all, to just disappear and not let us know where she's going or who she's with.
So that's a really good timeline, Joyce, and I didn't have it up, but Sunday is when Maddie went to her birthday party, which wasn't actually her birthday. Sunday night at 11 p.m. was the last time Jenn Soto saw her physically. 8 a.m. is the next morning that Jenn was referring to when Stephan Sterns came in and got the dog leashes. That was Monday. So then we had Tuesday, I believe, were the interviews, and then Wednesday they got arrested. So thank you.
Yeah.
What are you getting from law enforcement? Are they actively searching for her? I mean, what happens now? I mean, especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you could walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. They're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure.
They're also tracing scents. When they're tracing a scent, they're looking for a body, folks. She just talks about it like if she was talking about, what are we going to do for dinner tonight? I'm really hungry and want to eat fast. What do you think?
Or what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
Hey guys, I'm desperate and I'm a wreck right now. Did you know that? I'm literally desperate and a wreck at the same time, but I'm telling you, so that means that it's true, right? Oh my God, everyone all day but you, right? Not out searching, nothing. This guy is sitting behind her, listening. You can see his hands ball up or undo themselves when she talks about having a boyfriend, or if she had any crushes. He didn't like that. Yeah, not sure what to do. It's all over with. What do I do? Why don't you take your meds and go to sleep? How about that?
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I don't have mother's intuition.
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay. I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back.
Everyone thought that she said, I don't want her to come back home. She says, don't want her to come back harmed. Absolute fake crying, in my opinion, as well. And look at Stephan side eye her. He's like, man, don't cry. You already know what happened.
Whatever that means. I just want her back.
Whatever that means.
Are you getting any updates from law enforcement? I mean, yes, they're searching that small area, but have they gotten any hits on any scent or anything like that?
They haven't let me know anything. They haven't updated me since I spoke to them this morning. I've contacted them to get some information or to give them some leads, but I've heard nothing back.
And Jen, there's no way that she just being, a teenager was like, maybe had a fight with you or an argument with you and was like, you know what, I'm going to go hang out at so-and-so's house and teach.
Now, remember, Summer, she immediately stops crying in the other video where they have the dog feeder in the background and it starts making those noises in the other video. And she's all worked up. And then all of a sudden she stops and she smiles or she smirks and she waits for it to be done instead of saying, I need to get to my daughter. I need to find out where she is. Please, somebody call me if you know where she is. Maddie, if you're out there, if you're seeing this, please come home. No mention of her daughter's name, no urgency. She just could stop on a dime and not cry. Yeah, she makes Chris Watts look convincing, right? When this is all over and we look back on this, folks, yeah, we're going to look and say, oh, wow, the violin. Thank you, Summer. I appreciate that.
Teach her a lesson. Could that be a scenario?
I don't believe so. We actually haven't gotten into a fight in like a few weeks or arguments or anything like that. If anything, on Sunday, she celebrated her 13th birthday with my entire family and she had the best day. She was so happy. She showed us all her gifts. She's just a happy girl and she showed it on Sunday night when she went to bed. She was so happy. So, she had the best day. I just, there was no moment in that evening from when she got home from the party that she had her phone or had the laptop. She went straight to getting ready and went to bed. So I know she didn't have any conversations with anyone. She didn't make plans.
That's a lie also, even though she doesn't. I'm not saying that she did talk to anyone, but she knows. And we just heard her say that she came home and she got home about 8:30. Then she says Stephan Sterns came home after that. She thinks that she got home later than that. And she was already in the shower. And Stephan was like, okay, yeah, what a lie. What a freaking lie she just told. Her mom, she was there like half an hour or 45 minutes before Stephan got there and then 2 hours before Jenn got home. And that's what she's going to say? Absolutely. Just, please arrest Jenn Soto. Arrest Jenn Soto.
I didn't see any of that.
So she spent the whole Sunday celebrating her 13th birthday. Was her 13th birthday on that Sunday, or that was just like the time you guys were celebrating?
That was the time we were celebrating. Her birthday was on Thursday, the 22nd.
Okay.
She just turned 13.
But that's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's gone. The last you've seen of her.
Yeah.
Look at that stoic face and how her voice changes. Thank you, Penny Green, for the $10 super chat. I appreciate that. Everything helps. Really does help me to keep going. Jenn didn't celebrate a damn thing. And look at how she just got almost like angry and put off by that question, folks. Yeah. She also didn't get Maddie a gift. Maddie was mad at her because she didn't get the money that she wanted. Yeah. That's the best way to sum Jenn Soto up as heartless, especially this part right here.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you go now? Are you going to go out there and search or look, or are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family's out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on or that you knew of?
She does stuff.
All right. This is where the victim blaming comes in, folks. Monica Figs, thank you so much for becoming a member. Don't forget, we have 701 people in chat. If you like the way I present things and I bring you things in a timely manner, please like, subscribe, and share my content. Don't forget to subscribe because a lot of people are going to watch this video and I'd love to get the subscribers. Okay. It's free to do. It's free to like, subscribe, and share. Here's where the victim blaming starts.
Suffer from anxiety, and once upon a time she was diagnosed with autism. We had her what's the word?
Brained, maybe?
Reevaluated.
Okay.
We had her reevaluated
yes,
a few months ago, actually. And they told us, no, she didn't have autism, but she did have some autistic traits. She did have ADHD, some autistic traits, but not autism. So I'm not sure where to leave with that because one doctor said she did and one doctor saying she doesn't. And I don't know. She's just in the middle, I guess, because she does have some tendencies, but socially she's pretty great. So I'm not
socially.
Sure.
When she's hanging out with Stephan, she's very social and he likes my daughter. She's pretty great. Oh God, yeah. Smash that like, folks. Smash that like button if you like the content that I put out.
And with the video that you were able to see whenever your boyfriend dropped her off, where was that? Which video? Was that a surveillance camera?
It was a surveillance camera from the church, Peace Church, right next to Hunters Creek Middle School.
And do you have that video?
I don't have that. They didn't show me. They wouldn't show me. It was actually my sister was the one at location, and they were letting her know what they saw on camera.
Okay.
But they didn't show it to any of us.
Got it. Okay. Jenn, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, 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 if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps.
What's her
Maddie,
name?
if you
Say
see
her
this,
name.
please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
All right, folks, that bothers me too. And I've done a whole bunch of content on this topic. It really bothers me when she says that she has autistic traits and that she was diagnosed with autism, and she starts to victim blame about autism, that she doesn't have her address. Even if she did, she would know how to get home. Man, there's no emotion. It seems so fake. And you guys just need to keep following that case. Keep following the Madeline Soto case. Let's get justice for her. Make sure that they arrest Jenn Soto. I want to thank all of you for being here today and supporting my channel. I appreciate the super chats, the membership gifting, the liking, subscribing. Please share this content if you like the way I present and the community. I'm gonna enjoy having 700 people in chat because when I do this particular case, boy, do you guys show me some love. So show me love. Let's cover other cases, other people, and I'll bask in having this big of an audience to reach out to. Thank you, Eileen. Thank you for loving the channel and coming back. I think she knew what was happening during the interview as well. I'm one of those arrest Jenn Soto supporters. I've been in the whole time. I've never questioned if I think that she was lying after lie. So if you like that and you want to follow this narrative and you want to see the roommate come back on and give her opinion, because I did talk to her today and she was very angry in hearing this. It made her upset. Yeah, I'd love to get her opinion, and I did try to get her opinion, but it was like, she said she need to go back and listen to it, and she was upset. So that being said, I love you guys all. Hit that like button, and thanks for all the support tonight, man. Thank you, Microwave Cheese, again for the $10 super chat. She didn't even attend her birthday and didn't give her a gift. She gave her the gift of go sleep with Stephan Sterns so I can get a good night's sleep. And remember, when she said she had to work, she only worked a little bit a week. She worked a couple of hours a week so that she wouldn't get her Social Security disability taken away. So she was just scamming people, scamming the system, lying. I just say arrest Jenn Soto. Bye, Paul. Good to see you. All right, y'all. Have a good night. I love each and every single one of you. I'll see you tomorrow.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty of crime?